How to not be lonely. One of the biggest problems that society has faced and will continue to face with, you know, all the AI. This is a problem that I personally am dealing with right now. And you're probably thinking, oh, then why the hell are you going to teach me how to not be lonely if you yourself are lonely? Right. I'm going to teach you a different way to frame loneliness. No, you don't need to find new friends. No, you don't need to meet new people and go to networking events and do all the things. No, you don't need all this. It's one simple shift in an internal mindset that will help you to not be lonely. So here's the frame. You don't need to find more friends. You don't need to go out more. You don't need to go on Tinder. It's the only thing I'm gonna write on the board for this video. How to not be lonely, it starts with you. And it ends with you. You have to grow comfortable yourself. You need to be able to understand who you are as a person. And so once you grow comfortable just hanging out with yourself, then it is impossible. I promise you, it is impossible to be lonely because you're so just confident and grateful for yourself, and you understand how your mind works, and you have spent enough time alone to be comfortable being alone. So to not be lonely, you need to be lonely. And in those lonely moments, instead of just being sad and instead of coping with bad habits and consuming content and watching all these sad YouTube videos with like the clickbait title and the sad face of the thumbnail, instead of watching those videos, just turn your phone off, put it in another room, and sit there. Sit there and let your thoughts run wild. Whatever you think about, just start reliving through your pain. Relive through the experiences in your life. Maybe you haven't had extreme pain and trauma. That's okay. Maybe you have, and this is really gonna work well for you. You don't need therapy. You don't need someone else to hold your hand. And so on the journey to becoming extraordinary, to being a high performer, to being an entrepreneur that actually succeeds and not one of the other 90% that fail, you have to be the person that's okay being alone. Because the journey to being exceptional, to being great, to greatness is like okay with being by yourself, with being just you, by being alone, by being okay with the lonely chapter. So the clickbait of this video was how to not be lonely, and the answer is by being okay with being lonely, by being accepting of who you are as a human being, sitting in your own thoughts, instead of trying to ignore and run away and hide them behind a mask and a veil in your mind. Just open your mind to them. Open yourself up to them. It sucks. It's scary. It's painful. But that's the exact reason why you need to face them. If you want to find yourself, get lonely. You don't cut out friends that aren't serving you. Move somewhere, like physically, geographically, move yourself to somewhere where you can have some isolation to reflect and think about things. The true antidote to loneliness is not trying to solve loneliness. It's by being okay with the fact that your life is going to be lonely because of the path that you've chosen. You're not ordinary, you're extraordinary. You want to do great things. You know that you have this destiny to change the world, to make the world better, to contribute to the world in the future. You don't care about yourself. You don't care about money. You don't care about material possessions. All you want to do is serve the world and contribute to the world and be remembered for doing something that was somewhat positive, something that helped someone else. Being known as that guy or that girl. That's what you truly, truly want, right? And so if that's what you truly want, then who is to say that you need to find other people, that you need to hang out with a bunch of people, that you need to go to networking events, you need to go out more? It's all within you. So if your only goal, your North Star, is to develop yourself and to become the person that is capable, morally capable, that is meant, destined to do great things, you need to accept the fact that it's going to be a lonely journey. Because most people don't want that. Most people just want to live the average life, and that's okay. Maybe that's you. Or maybe you're the guy. I hope this is the case. I pray that every single person wants to do great things, wants to do hard things, wants to experience lonely things because of the way that they'll feel when they have overcome the hard thing, whenever they have come to terms with themselves, when they accepted who they are. Because that identity of just being you and understanding yourself and being okay with who you are, despite all your shortcomings, but despite your struggles, despite all the pain that you've been through, having the strength to look within and cut out the distractions, it's so, so crucial. It's not about combating loneliness. It's not about not being lonely. It's about being lonely and being okay with it. And the cool thing is, once you realize this, once you have come to terms with yourself, once you've been immersed in this dark chapter of loneliness, you'll start to find people on the other side. It's like this tunnel, right? It's a really long, dark, cold tunnel. You can't see the light at the end. It's perpetual darkness for miles. And you're just walking, you're limping, you're crawling through this tunnel. But eventually, through the pain, through all the pain that you've experienced, and by sitting there with your thoughts and coming to terms with who you are, and you will eventually come out of that tunnel a different person, a better man, a better woman. You will come out of that tunnel and you will be met by others that have been through the same journey. And trust me, those people are the highest value people you will ever meet in your entire life. Those are the friends that you've been looking for. Those are the people that when you speak to them, they actually understand you. You understand them. You want to be around them. There's no element of it doesn't feel fake. It feels real. It feels authentic. This is where you're gonna find love. This is where you're gonna find friends. This is where you're gonna find people that actually understand you on the other side of this tunnel. And it doesn't matter what you're going through in your life, right? It's always good. There's always gonna be lonely moments. And instead of trying to cope by listening to music or consuming content, motivational videos, just segregate yourself from it. Zoom out, see the bigger picture, and be okay with having to deal with your demons, looking within and having to face the pain that you've experienced. Be okay being by yourself and lonely. You don't always need to be around other people. Because if you want to come out the other side and find the people that you love, find the friends, find the people that understand you, that you actually want to be around, then you have to go through this. You must. It is an obligation. It is a ticket. This is the stage that most people never get through. They either are at the entrance of the tunnel and they look in and it's just darkness, endless darkness, and they never step foot in. Not a single foot in. And so they stay in the toxic relationship. They stay in the weak mindset of someone that can't face their own fears, can't face their own pain. They don't step foot into the tunnel. And then there's the people that take the leap. They go into the tunnel, but they never make it out because it's directionless, right? Like I said, it was dark, it was dreary, it's cold, it's painful, and they couldn't survive the pain. And so they started walking backwards. They started walking to the left, to the right, but never in the right direction to the forward, to the end, to out the other side. And so along this journey, there will be people that will tell you that you're stupid. There will be worldly distractions that will try to pull you back to the other side of the tunnel, to the entrance. But the most dangerous one is yourself. In this tunnel of loneliness, the biggest battle you'll face is the one against yourself. Because you will have to grapple with all the pain and all the suffering. You telling yourself to just turn around and walk the other way because you can actually see the light on that side. You can actually see your past sad life. And it's better than the darkness of the loneliness. You want to be around those old friends, the people that, kind of understand you but kind of don't. Because it's comforting. It's safer than this chapter of being by yourself and having to deal with your pain. But it's the moment whenever you're able to overcome that and understand yourself and accept yourself that you get to the other side of the tunnel. There's no time frame. You just have to be in this moment and have that identity shift, and then you will feel lonely, but eventually you'll build the muscle of someone that is okay with being lonely. And trust me, on the other side of this loneliness, you will find the people that you've been looking for.